So guys, Flight Simulator 2020. So other than cars and cameras, obviously photography, also enjoy a bit of gaming. So either the PS4 Pro or my PC. Obviously it's a highly spec'd PC due to obviously the high amount of editing and image processing, also video editing as well that I do now. So, and also utilising the Sony A7R4's massive file sizes, you need a decent PC. So yeah, so basically I've picked this game. I mean, I'm getting slightly better at it, but it's obviously difficult to play as it's a simulator, and if you enjoy flying and stuff like that, it could be quite interesting for you. A lot of people don't know these things exist, but I have played it in the past. I had an earlier version of this back in like 2004, I think it was. Like Flight Simulator X or something like that, I think it was called. But basically, now we have the whole planet in detail. We can take off from something like 30,000 different airports around the world. Some in more detail than others. More and more are being added and updated. So the ones with stars here are obviously, I think, the high-end ones. But I mean, we can take off from many little places here, anywhere you like, really, which is really cool. Quite a few different planes. This plane here I've been sort of dabbling with a little bit, which is kind of cool. But you can have a quick look. You can see we've got some bigger planes, almost like a biplane there, which is obviously quite fun to fly. And some other planes here, twin engine, single engine, props. But the realism is incredible. So let's go back out to here. This is real time, so at the moment this is real time. There's real air traffic flying about from details, but we can change the time. Maybe coming into England somewhere. Maybe we could fly. Where can we fly from? Well, North Wales, for example. So we've got, what's that? Let's do. Let's go from there. So departure, and hopefully we can spot machloop. So a few years ago, and I'll put a link in it, I went and did a photo shoot up in sort of Snowdonia way with my friend Jess. And some of you might have seen the video. And we stayed on a lake, as you can see the picture here. We had a lake and a house right on the lake that we stayed in. Absolutely beautiful place. Unfortunately it's closed now, so you can't rent it or anything like that, which is a real shame. So I would have loved to have gone back. But obviously there's other options. But machloop is where they fly the fast military jets and some of the other aircraft, military aircraft, through the gap at low level for practicing. So it's quite a famous place. So if you type in machloop on YouTube and have a watch, it's pretty cool because you can get right above the planes as they come in. So that's kind of cool. So I thought, well, maybe I could fly down and through machloop. I tried flying with the Xbox controller on my PC, and it's very twitchy. I'm sure you could probably tweak it and make it nicer to fly with, but I've actually got a proper joystick now, and also the throttle and the pedals as well. So planning on making the most of this and playing it quite a bit. So quick look at, here's our plane. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can move your seat up and down and have a look around. You can cruise over to the other side so you can see switching gear and stuff like that. Wherever you, basically pretty much everything works. Obviously you've got your throttle control and your flaps and fuel tank adjustments. see all your screens and stuff here working, which is pretty good. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. We are in Wales somewhere, not really sure. Like parking brake is engaged, so disengage it. There we go. And as you can see, if I move the stick around, which is not level on here at all, why not? Oh, sitting on the cable, that's probably why. There we go. Let's sort this out quickly. Doesn't like that at all. Let's come out of there then. There we go. That's better. Nice and smooth. So yeah, you can see all the way things work. If you look down below my thing, you can see the pedals moving around. That's with my feet, and we've got our throttle there as well. We can pop outside, so as you can see here, the rudder moving, my flaps, everything on the plane moving. Gives you, I mean, I've got it in easy at the moment because I'm really not very good, but it's incredible, absolutely incredible. So we can take off like this. Just chuck my mouse up there. We can add some different things into the screen. Because I've got two screens, I've got a few things over here on the right hand side, like the radio and things, which is kind of cool. So anyway, that's give the engine a bit of throttle and get launching. So if I move my pedals left and right, it means I can move the plane around. The pedals also do the brakes as well, so they can do the left rear wheel or the right rear wheel, and I've also got a button on the joystick as well, which will do the brakes generally, but it means I can steer the plane with the brakes as well, which is pretty handy, especially for manoeuvrability. So that's pretty cool. And then you've got buttons for different things, so the undercarriage will now go up. Everything like that, so it's kind of cool. So I've actually driven, and this is part of Wales, so Snowdonia and everything is in the distance there. And Machloop is over to the right hand side a little way, so we shall rotate the plane round. Head over this way. So let's go around a bit further. I think it's over the other side of that ridge there, if I remember rightly. There's the sea. Let's drop the fuel down. All over the place. The moon's coming up there. The plane's all over the place. Why is the plane all over the place? What's trimming? Oh, it's wind. So we've got real world wind going on as well. I don't know if I'm down the right river, so I'm just following this river down here. There's a lake there and another map, so I'm not 100% sure. Might be in the wrong place, but we shall see. Let's just cruise over here and we'll have a look. As you can see, the scenery is absolutely stunning. The lake there on the right hand side, but everything's 3D. Everything's pretty realistic, as in the accuracy of even where the trees are and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, pretty mad place, really. So just going by location, really. That's the lake. Is that the lake there? No, that's the estuary out to the sea. So it's either over that next ridge. Let's have a look on the map. Could be wrong. There's the road. Up through there. Or is that it there? Yeah, I think I found it. So we can keep coming. I think I've found on the map where we need to be. You can see here, if I zoom in, there, just as we come down, I'll take a bit of a flight along and down a bit, but yeah, basically we've got just down here is yeah, I think that's right. Must be. Oh yeah, it's another airport there. Okay, so yeah, as you'll see, we're cruising quite high. 56. We're still climbing. A little bit further. So the bottom of the map you're going to see in a second a long. Well, that river is there. Is it right? Yeah. So following that river down. Just zooming in out. I don't even know what these buttons do. Just following this river down here is, I think, where we need to be. So we're going to have to bank around to the right slightly. Machloop is through here, I think, because the main road runs down and through, and the jets always sort of come along this road or that road, I think. And then we shall see. But so we'll come out of there and see what we can do. But basically, we stayed on this area where. So we should see a lake in there. Basically stayed in that area for a night, which was really, really cool. Beautiful place. Is that right? Yeah. So basically Machloop is that bit there, I think. So let's have a look. We're pretty high. We should see. Yeah, there's the lake. So that's down there where we're going to be going. So we need to cruise down and round, really, and then go for it. I think that's it anyway. I could be wrong. So let's not think back and do a bit of a 10,000 feet. Let's do a bit of a do a 180-degree turn, bring it down into that valley. This is where I'm not very good. I lose control quite easily, just because I'll overspeed, and it's quite amazing how you know, I appreciate pilots a lot more now. I thought it would be quite easy. So that's slow it down a bit. Basically, we've just got to turn around now and bank it left a bit. Basically, that's the radio going on about, obviously nearer. Right, let's turn it around. Turning. valley. Bring your nose down. Now it's going about landing gear. Right, that's that bit there, so I've shit them over the wrong bit, so it's come over here. But isn't it incredible how, you know, absolutely bonkers how the scenery and everything is just great. The traffic down there below, just driving the roads, absolutely bonkers. Parking there, so everything should be real. I'll say realistic. So we're going to come round to the left now. And we're basically going to cruise, left, following the road. There you go, there's machloop. So I think, so this is where you'll see jets come belting through. I should have followed the road really, but basically we're going to cruise. But you can see all the farmland, buildings. Some of the buildings aren't obviously correct, but a lot of it is. You know, it's done with satellite imagery. It's also done with satellite scanning. You know, like all the mountains and everything are correct. You know, some of the castles and everything are right. So it's absolutely bonkers. So you get people standing up here, straight in front, and the planes will come belting through, low level. Absolutely amazing. This is where it'll probably crash. But they come in banking through here. There should be a parking lay-bar down here on the right hand side. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so this is machloop. So they come banking through here low. People stand up here on the left and the right hand side taking photographs of these planes coming belting through. It's absolutely amazing. And basically I'm going to show you where we stayed actually. You better see. So coming down onto the lake, obviously a lot slower than the fast jets, but it's pretty cool. And the road went split right and then or left, so you went left up into the next hill. There you go. That's the bit where it goes round. Some of the maps are a little bit wrong where the roads go, and it's a bit flooded and random water's not quite right. So there will be some updates eventually. But yeah, Jess and I, we had to walk around here. It was absolutely amazing. But you've got the road runs up through there, so it goes up through that hill. Yeah, that's really, really cool. So this is the lake where we basically did have one of our first photo shoots when we were up in Wales. Then we went up into Snowdonia the next day. But as we walked around here, there was an old disused farm on the left-hand side. There you go, there on the right. Sorry, not the left. Yeah, there in the distance, just there. That's all there. And then let's pull back there. You should see just on the rivers. That's where I'm going to probably crash. A bit more power. You'll see here just on the right hand side should be a house. There, yeah, there in the distance. That building there to your right is wrong. It was much different. I'm going to crash. But yeah, so absolutely amazing, really, that in fact you can actually fly somewhere. I know it's not 100% perfect, but obviously they will update everything. And really, I mean, flying down 100 feet or less, you're going to see stuff. But the way everything looks is incredible. Yeah, so that's where we kind of stayed. It was actually brilliant. So that's just a quick look. As you can see, it does look amazing. And go back inside the plane. So we've got to pull up because I've got the. There's the airstrip. Just go back on the outside. That's the wrong one. There we go. So we've got an airstrip. Oh, it's a grass runway, so not much good for this plane. But there you go. So that's kind of where we stayed anyway, and you can see what the terrain and everything's like. Absolutely beautiful. As that we stopped in that village actually in the morning because we got there very early. But what a place. Love North Wales. Scenery is incredible. Absolutely mad. Stunning scenery. Just a beautiful place to visit, really. So let's bank around again, and yeah, it's just really cool. So if anybody's got this game and they're trying it out and you want to play with me, because we can fly together, it's kind of cool. Or if you have played it before, you want to buy it, I think it's well worth it. I've just bought the basic package, which was £59. So there's a runway in the distance. You see the flashing lights there. So I'm just coming for a landing. I'll call it quits, really. This place here, right in front of us, has quite an interesting beach we went and had a look at. I can't remember what it was called, but that was quite cool to go and have a little wander around. It's almost like a sandy dune kind of beach there. Let's get over this way a bit, because I know the runway's going to be over there. Yeah, parking right out on this quay here where the river and everything is. That was kind of different. Let's put the landing gear down. That's pretty cool. So the fact that this I know it's a game at the end of the day, but it's incredible. Just the scenery, you know, you only got to look over there and it's just like wow, you know. And I'm not running this in, you've got different settings obviously graphical wise that you can obviously use. I'm running it on part ultra, part high, just to keep the frame rate up, really. I haven't got the most up-to-date graphics card, so that's one reason why it's not struggling. But you know, if you got on, it doesn't do bad actually. If you put everything on ultra, it runs it, but it's a little bit slow on the frame rate, probably down to like 25 frames per second or something. So it's a little bit juddery. But even this, with some on high and most of it on ultra, it works really nice. I'm hoping that. Which way the runway is? Yeah, that way. Okay, so we're coming in, I think, for the runway. So it's pretty cool. It's not like a fighter game, you know, where you're shooting people down and stuff, but I'm sure people will start bringing in extra aircraft to download and stuff like that. So you know, it could be quite cool. I mean, things like, you know, maybe the Red Arrows or the Blue Angels or something like that would be pretty cool to try out. But just learning how to fly a plane and appreciate, you know, the country you live in or other countries that you can just fly on. I mean, there's places that I'm never ever going to get the chance to visit. You know, the fact that you can just cruise over and appreciate the. I'm going too fast apparently. Oh, I'm going all over the place. Just got flaps down. Gives you a little bit of guidance. Apparently I'm going too fast still. Let's get in there. Right, straight. Yes, look at that. We go. On the ball. I'm not very straight though. Ah, it's the wind pulling me that way. So this is where it's really realistic, and it's quite a challenge. I mean, they've got no damage on. Got no power either, so it's coming a bit more power. Almost stalling. Come on, Stu. So this is where it's not easy, and I'm trying to talk as well, which isn't all that amazing. Not bar of stall speed. Let's get a bit of power. There we go. Yeah, this is not the easiest game in the world. Last you get over there. So yeah, I mean, Yeah, this isn't all that well, is it? Bringing it in over that way. Over a bit, Stu. Over a bit. Coming in. Come on. Bring it down. Oh, 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 come back up again. There we go. So I did land it without too much, and on the white line, so it can't be too bad. There we go. So it's just an insight, and you know, it's just nice to have a different challenge, isn't it, in life? And the fact we've got this amazing opportunity to use stuff like this, you know, in computers and things like that, it's absolutely amazing. You know, and the fact you can take off anywhere in the world. You know, some are obviously more detailed, flying through New York and London, absolutely amazing. And there's companies out there actually adding upgrades, so you can actually download a more high resolution area. You know, so hopefully they do. Near where I live, there'll be an option at some point. So because everything's downloaded via the internet as you use it, so it's downloaded this area where I'm actually flying, and then it downloads it as it needs it wherever you fly. So you haven't got to worry about doing massive updates on the game all the time, because they update the maps on the servers. So that's really good way of doing it. You know, obviously you need to have an unlimited internet connection, have fast internet. But other than that, you know, it's really cool. And also, you know, going to places before you want to go somewhere. So I want to go to Iceland. I really want to do a photo shoot in Iceland, but maybe flying over where I want to go, and you can actually see the mountains and everything, the views, everything before you go, could actually become quite helpful in getting the right angles, especially when they bring out a helicopter that I can actually hover as well. And I'm actually I love a helicopter. So you know, stuff like that. So that's kind of a cool thing, really. But yeah, absolutely brilliant bit of kit. Like I say, I'm very novice to this, very new to it, in the fact that I haven't flown a real plane before. But I have played games with planes in and helicopters and things like that. But this is next generation sort of like realism. It's absolutely brilliant. You know, so the fact that you can got the whole world map in pretty much high detail. Like I say, some of it's not perfect, but a lot of it is. And the fact that you can recognise places like where I've just been. So I'll put a link up to the video that I did with Jess when we went up to Wales, and you can have a watch if you haven't seen it before. But it just looks quite cool. Really cool place to visit. Love North Wales, absolutely stunning. Got a couple of friends up there anyway, which is nice. And yeah, so don't forget to click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell as well. If you want me to go and fly somewhere, think of somewhere really cool, I'll go and overfly and see what you think. If it's somewhere like near where you are, and you want to have a nose to see what it's like on the game, I can fly over. It could be quite fun. And say if you have this game, Stroke Simulation, and you want to come and join me at some point, we could do little trips or whatever. Just a bit of fun, really, isn't it? You know. Yeah, go from there. But like I say, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.